What's up, everyone? So Legion has been exposed. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, there has been a woman on TikTok who made like a 50 to 40 part series about a man that she married during COVID. This is a man that she met on the internet. I think it was through Tinder or Facebook or something like that. And yeah, it went downhill. It was pretty crazy. Some of you guys have probably seen this on TikTok, so I'm not going to go into full on detail of the story. I'm just going to give you a little bit of jizz because it is long and I'm only on part 6. I know, part 36. I'm still on part 36, but as soon as I have free time, I've been listening to it. When I'm cleaning, I've been listening to it. When I'm cooking, I've been listening to it. So it's been pretty wild. The story is crazy. The stuff that he lied about, and he's from Atlanta, so I'm kind of not surprised. Apparently, he's from Atlanta, so I'm not surprised. And on top of that, he pretended to talk to people that weren't alive on the phone. So he'd be talking to people on the phone that weren't alive, according to her. So there are so many lies that this man said, apparently, and the TikTok has no boundaries. Even the woman said, don't go finding these people. You know how people are. They don't have boundaries. They didn't respect Teresa. So they went and found who this man was and posted his social media online, videos, etc. So right now, I'm going to watch one of the videos to give you guys a little bit of background of everything and all the lies that he had made and how she met. And I'm going to add my commentary throughout, okay? So let's go. I'm going to add this right here. I'm going to add it. Oh my God, how do I do this? Yeah. Okay, let's watch it.
Okay, so things that my pathologically lying ex-husband lied about. Backstory. I'm going to try to get as much of this as I can into this video because I hate when people say follow for part 2, but I'm going to try. All right, backstory number 1. We met in March of 2020. Georgia got shut down, locked down 2.5 weeks later. We got married January of 2021, and we were divorced August of 2021.
Now, that's a fast marriage, man. That's a quick marriage, like, damn.
So keep in mind that this story is spanning March of 2020 until about June of 2021, because I kicked him out the house on his birthday. So we met online, Facebook dating and Hinge. I will never do online dating again, but that is where I met him. My tire blew on 285 just before Boulder Crest, on my way to our first date. Clearly that was a sign. I didn't listen. But my tire blew, and he met me at a gas station. We were supposed to be meeting at Cheesecake Factory, but because the tire blew, he met me at a gas station, fixed my tire, then took me to get another tire, paid for it. And I just thought, oh my God, this is the beginning of a beautiful romantic story. Boy, was I wrong. So, things he lied about.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit more. Like, he was paying for everything. He was taking care of her. He did live in her house, but he still paid for the bills, rent, all that stuff. He was taking care of all that stuff. So a lot of women don't come and buy a man that's going to pay for everything. So I can just say that's a little bit. But of course, you're going to be doing love bombs, making her feel special.
Every morning he would get on the phone with his brother. We'll call his brother John. He would get on the phone with John, and he would be like, hey, babe, John said good morning. And I'm in the bathroom doing my hair because I still had to go to work at this time. And so I would just say, hey, John, call out, hey, John. And, he would relay back and forth what I said to John, what John said to me. I never actually talked to John on the phone. And so he would be like, I can't wait for COVID to be over. Me and my girl, we're going to come see you. I can't wait for Auntie to meet her. Side note, his parents were deceased. Excuse me. So he was like, I can't wait for you guys to meet her. Like, I know I'm marrying her. I know it. He said everything I wanted to hear. Love bombing 101. This man wrote the book. So he talked to his brother every day. He talked to his friends every day in front of me. He would be on the phone laughing, cutting up, cracking jokes, telling them, hey, she said, hey, just having conversation like a normal conversation. I didn't think anything of it. It wasn't until he got kicked out of my house in June of 2021 that I found out every single phone call was made up. He was never on the phone. I don't know. Those of you who are watching, you're probably like, there's no way. Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah, there are crazy people out there that will lie about the most ridiculous things. Like, it's so hard to why would you lie about that? But there are psychopaths out there, sociopaths that just lie about the most stupidest S.
Everything I'm telling you can be verified. Every single phone call he ever had was made up. The phone calls where he called to pay his car off, made up. The phone call to the realtor when we were looking at houses, made up.
Jesus.
The phone call to the bank for them to release the money for the house that he signed his name for, made up. Every phone call was made up. His brother, every day, he and his brother had not spoken since 2015 when his mother died. I found that out later on. He made up every call. He had no friends, but yet every phone call would be my friend this, my friend that. The second lie, his job. He told me when I first met him out the gate that he was a VP at his company. He had been transferred from California to Georgia, and he was in the process of, getting himself settled. He was looking to buy a house. His job was VP of a major condiment company. I won't say the name because I don't want to get sued. But he said that his job was VP at that company. It is fair to note he paid every bill. He paid all the bills. He gave me spending money. Like, even though we were quarantined, locked down in my little townhouse, again, this story was always he's trying to buy a house. So when we got together, it was we need to buy a house together. Like, this is forever. We're going to have a family. Let's go ahead and find a house. So the lie was that he was a VP at his company, and he maintained that lie every day. Truth is, he was a temp. He called me from work all the time. I may have to make a different video to explain how he was able to lie with the work stuff.
Wait, what's a tip? Is that someone that throws garbage away? I need to know.
So he would call me and he would pretend to reprimand employees who couldn't see that he had a Bluetooth thing in his ear. He would pretend to reprimand them in front of me. He would pretend to take phone calls from the company president who needed his help on something. He forwarded emails that he showed me from the company president asking him, we need to get this up and running. We need to do this project. We need to do that. It is scary how brilliant he was and how much energy he put into the lie. But he was a temp. He was a temp forklift driver. There's nothing wrong with a forklift driver. But he was pretending to be a VP. Third lie.
That is so wild. It reminds me of someone that I was talking to in Atlanta. And on the weekend, he was like, oh, sorry, I couldn't contact you. I was in Miami, and he showed me pictures of Miami, right? So I did some research, found his Instagram, and those pictures were last year. So he was showing me old pictures when he was in Miami. So I think the whole time he was actually with his missus. But I didn't know that. I was just like, you effing liar. Crazy what people will lie about. Real crazy. And how far they will go to prove their lie. It's just crazy, man.
He told me he was looking to buy a house. We got together and we started looking at houses. I found a beautiful 5-bedroom, 6-bath house in Smyrna, Georgia that was gorgeous. It was brand new construction build, and I love the house. The house was listed for $699,000. He showed me paperwork from Chase Bank saying that he was approved for a mortgage for $750,000. Yeah. I watched as he put in an all-cash offer on this $699,000 house. I watched him sign his name to a legally binding document for an all-cash offer. The reason why the house fell through was because the builder did not want to finish the basement. We were requesting that the basement get finished. He did not want to, so he declined our offer and took the offer of another couple who didn't need the basement finished. That's the only reason why that house fell through. I see now where God's grace protected me, because, well, it really protected him, because legally I was not his wife, so I was not on the mortgage for that home. So, third lie had to do with housing. Fourth lie had to do with baby. So I got pregnant, lost the baby. I was sad at the time. I am not anymore. But lost the baby, had to have a D&C. When I was at the hospital, the doctor called him to let him know, you know, she'll be discharged. Again, this is COVID. You could not go to the hospital at the time when I had the surgery. So the doctor called him and said, you know, she's going to be released in an hour and a half. He pretended to be his own executive assistant. And so he said, you know, Mr. James is in a board meeting, but I'm his executive assistant, David. How can I help you? You can let me know what's going on. Obviously, the doctor wouldn't do that. So she just said, you know, please let him know that Miss So-and-so will be ready for pickup in an hour and a half. He told the doctor he's in a board meeting until about for about another 30 minutes, and then he'll be on his way. I should have only been in the hospital for an hour and a half. I was there for 3 hours. Because again, he was a temp forklift driver, so he couldn't get off work. But I didn't know that at the time. So those are just some of the things that my pathological lying ex-husband did.
That is so wild. But basically, she has a series breaking the whole thing down. But this was a perfect video to show you guys who haven't seen it to understand, because it's a lot, and I couldn't be here all day. I could do maybe a big video explaining the whole situation, but I'm already working on the Nicki Minaj Jennifer thing. But anyway, people went on the internet, right, and they started hunting this man down, not respecting her boundaries, because she never said go find him, but you know how TikTok is. And guess what? They found him. Let's look.
First, shouldn't do in a relationship, or should do. Don't be afraid to text your partner in the morning. Tell them good morning. Tell them you love them, even though you just told them when you left the house. Don't be afraid to tell them so. Text them and say good morning. What's up? You know what I'm saying? How's your day going? Especially if you don't live with the person or something like that.
Tell him to go to a skin specialist.
That kind of brightens up their day. You know what I'm saying? Just to hear from you. That's tip 1 from the boy. Stay tuned for tip 2, tip 3. We're going to do these all day.
Okay, so he's basically giving tips on the internet, and I have to call this out. It looked like he got monkeypox, right? Like, look all over here. It looked like he got monkeypox. Now, I understand how ingrowns look, because I had been someone who suffered really bad ingrowns at one stage. And it doesn't look like that. It looked like straight up monkeypox. I'm like, whoa, because on these other videos, he doesn't have all that. Wouldn't that be funny? That would be like the worst karma you could ever get. Lying to all these people, and then boom, you get monkeypox. Damn. Someone said them lies got him breaking. Maybe. But now, people went as far to find his other ex-wife. And she has also spoken out. She has also spoken out. Someone said they think it's a rash. I think it looked like monkeypox. But anyway, let's get into it. Not monkeypox. Are we saying he's in the closet? Straight people got monkeypox too. Okay, let's just put that out there. Straight people got monkeypox too, but it was mainly for people that were more S active, people that were very S active. So escorts, yes, majority were gay men, because gay men do have they are a higher risk group. That's not me discriminating. That's just me speaking facts. When you have a man who is also going for a man, you guys are very active, because usually when there's a woman involved, the man has to work for the woman's coochie. But when it's man, it's just very accessible, and that's why gay men are a higher risk group. That's just facts. But it wasn't just a gay thing that men got monkeypox. According to one of his story, Teresa's stories, he was also talking to escorts on Facebook. So he could hooked up with an escort and maybe got monkeypox off her, if that is monkeypox. It's just all speculation, but to me, it looked like monkeypox. But I could be completely wrong. More than happy to retract what I say. If you're watching this, Legion, then if you want me to interview Legion, I'll give you the floor, and we can see what's a lie, what's not a lie. Now, let's go listen to the other ex-wife that people didn't respect Teresa's boundaries and also found her.
Elephant in the room, because it's been brought to my attention.
She sounds Canadian. In the room.
That my ex-husband is out here in these streets disturbing individuals, as he always has, and I have been brought into this. Let me first say, this chapter of my life is closed. I have moved on. It's been more than 10 years. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm good. Okay? But after I say this, let's just leave it alone. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm not going to address it anymore, because I have nothing to do with this. This is my past life. The book is, okay? So Legion, as y'all call him, is a despicable, nasty, and vile individual.
Ooh.
I fell for the trap over 10 years ago. Yes, he was charming, and I was broken mentally. Okay? Understand, self-love was not here at all for me to actually love myself enough to understand that this is not love. He manipulated me. He love-bombed me. All of the, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and everything else. Yes, all of these things were said to me. Guess what? None of it happened. He's manipulative, and he literally tried to ruin my life. He had family turn against me because he wanted to tell people lies about me and things of that nature. And unfortunately, he's very, very good at what he does. It took me many, many, many years to get past that. I have healed. And with this situation being brought back to me, it's like cutting me back open with the dagger, because I was already healed up. The Band-Aid had been left. I've gotten married. I'm happy. Been good, right? But this man is a pathological liar. He gave up all types of promises, but to the cars, houses, just like Reesa. But guess what? None of that ever came to pass, right? So I just need for people to know that this situation was traumatic as hell for me. And then I hear about, because I've not watched any of the videos, because for what? Like, it's not my business anymore. I feel bad for anybody that he comes into contact with, and I will tell any female that sees his picture, don't ever, just let it go. Because he needs some serious mental help, and he needs to be evaluated and be locked away. So that's what I will say. And as far as like me not filing for divorce, I didn't file for divorce because I was afraid for my life. I didn't want to be served.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. Let me quickly fix that.
I would have to tell him where exactly I was. And I didn't want him to know that. So no, I absolutely was not filing because I was afraid at the time. But guess what? It was ended before it even really started, because but at the same token, I still was very, very, very not mentally, in love with myself. So that's one of the things that really got me. So I genuinely feel empathy for the women that have been down his path. When all this stuff was going on with him and I, there was no social media, TikTok or anything like that. But at the same token, I just wanted to heal through my processes. I didn't want to sit there and have to tell the whole world my business because I'm a very private person and I don't do trauma. I will also say this. I did not hit Legion at all. I did not hit this man. He went to jail because he was impersonating a police officer, telling people that he was a detective of the police department in Atlanta, Georgia. And
he lied about being a police too. Jesus.
That is why he went to jail. Also for stalking one of the guards that were over where we lived at. That is why he went to jail. So he didn't go to jail because of we never went to court about me putting my hands on him. My son did, yes, interact with him. And my son, yes, he did put his hands on him because he threatened me for the last time. And enough was enough. As you go through life, you can either sit down and continue to take it, or you can get up and triumph and do what you need to do so that you can make your life better. And at that point, enough was enough for me. I was done. I was no longer going to be the victim because I'm not a victim. I'm not a doormat. You can't step on me. You can't do whatever you want to do to me and me take it. So I left. I will also say, I need people to understand this is my life we're talking about, right? So this situation is triggering me because it needs to be said. But it's one of those things where I was okay with not saying it. I was good. After this conversation, after I'm done saying my piece, if anybody wants to actually, know how I heal from all of this, you're more than welcome to go, click into my link on my Ms. Missouri page on Facebook. And you're more than welcome to listen to my show tonight because my Health and Mind and Body radio show is literally about healing. And my show tonight is about elevating your mental. And I've been elevating my mental for years. And I'm so fucking proud of myself. You know why? Because I've done a lot of work.
Shout out to her. She moved on. Like going through a damaged relationship like that is a lot, especially when you damage yourself. But I guess she learned a lot and she's happy doing good.
To get past all that shit that was going on in my past. So all that, ReesaTeesa, I pray, honey, that you get the healing that you need, sweetie, because guess what? It took me time, and I pray that you get the healing that you need. And anybody else, Vivian or anybody else, I pray that you guys get the healing that you need. Because this situation is not easy. But I hope that you guys really get the healing that you need. So that way, you guys can move forward in your life because...
Okay, so now... let me quickly see something with this. Oh my God, what is this? Can you guys see what I'm seeing? I can make myself big. Why did I not know this before? Hang on, let me have a look. Sorry, I'm very new to StreamYard, so I know I should know, but look at this, I'm bigger. Hey, everyone. Okay, so we're going to see what he said, his response. Let's check it.
His ex-wife who straight line to y'all. It's sad because
Don't look.
It's completely false. And
don't look like he got the monkeypox scars anymore.
And we went to marriage counseling, didn't work, and we broke up. But our message to her is please stop lying to these people, and you can tell them the real reason I left you, you cheated. I caught you in the house with Bradley, and we went to marriage counseling, didn't work, and we broke up. More to the point, I haven't decided who I'm going to talk to exactly or go on whose page or whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know that she lied about everything. Follow her, don't follow her. It's up to you. All that stuff she said, it's complete lies.
So, who do you guys believe? Let me know right now in the comments. Do you think Legion is lying, or do you think Teresa is lying? Me personally, I have no idea because it's the damn internet. But it was entertaining to watch, and a lot of lessons were learned, and I can relate to that story a little bit. But at the end of the day, receipts and evidence and stuff like that is so important. But how he reacts and how he comes out is going to determine and probably give you an answer if he's the one who's been actually lying. Right now, I'm going to assume that he's lying. That could be totally, totally wrong. And a whole plot twist. She's the crazy one. She made up all these stories. But now that witnesses has come out, other people have spoken out, it turns out that he is the liar. But I want to know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. He looked hella nervous in that little scene, touching his nose. He felt so uncomfortable what was coming out of his mouth, and probably because he is a damn liar. So, what this done said, I'm black, by the way. HBO plot twist. So some of you guys are telling me you think he's lying. It's a crazy situation, and yeah, stuff like that happens a lot. But this is my advice to you ladies out there. Don't get married to someone. Don't even get pregnant with someone until you're in a long-term relationship. It could take, to you, that could be 2 years, 3 years. For me, it's at least 1 year, 1 to 2 years to really getting to know someone. But you also need to have a good relationship with yourself. And you also have to be, I don't care what people say about this, but you got to be a little bit nosy, because I know with the people that I start to get serious with, yeah, I'm going to background check you. I'm going to look into all of that. When you asleep, I'm going to look in your phone. When you, I'm going to make sure I'm with the right person, because guess what? I have to protect my, not just my psychology, my psychology, my well-being, but I also got to make sure my health. I got to protect my health, and I'm not with someone who's doing wild things out there. There's nothing wrong with that, because you just got to protect your body, but you just got to be really sneaky about it. Make sure they don't know, okay? You got to be like double agent like me, you know? I was going to make a joke, but I just realized that joke would be too far. But, you know, really get to know the person, and, you know, don't ignore the red flags or the red signs, you know? Look into those things, but don't be someone as well that is just going to jump the gun and you're this, you're that, when they're probably not. You know, again, it always comes down to working on yourself first and having a really good relationship with yourself. So when those things come, you can just kick them to the curb. Someone says, I'm 29. Based on all my past relationships, I say it takes 2 years to fully know someone. Thank you for that. Yeah, I agree. Around 1 to 2 years. And like, I remember I was talking to someone for ages. And then I remember when I went to the States, I was in Houston, and I stayed with this person for 1 week. Oh my God. I was like, I wish I stayed with this person earlier on, because I would have, there was all the red flag when you, like, nothing was there. But when I stayed with this person, I advise, if you're talking to someone maybe like 3 months, 5 months in, sleep over their house for like 3 days. And like, you will see, you should be able to see like the real person. I wish I did that shit earlier. I would have saved so much time. But I spent a week and I was like, whoa, let me get out of here. It took maybe 4 days for everything to kick in, and then the last 2 days I'm observing everything, and oh my God. But yeah, that's a whole nother story. Maybe I should do a TikTok. Who the hell did I stay with? Part 1. No, I'm just playing. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification, smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in another video, another live stream. I'm definitely learning how to do better live streams now, because I did not know I can make myself bigger. Because let me just show you an example. I hate it when it looks like this and I look tiny as hell. But now I can stretch it out, and I think I could even get the full screen and then put him like here. So, oh my God, my lives are going to be epic once I learn how to do that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Peace. Have a good one.